Hey guys, it's Griffinoni here, and welcome back to Pokemon HeartGold. Last time, we went through a little bit more of Route 32. We explored Union Cave, we got the fishing rod, we went over a bunch of new Pokemon that we could catch both around bodies of water that we were able to discover so far, and a Pokemon in Union Cave. Our Blazer also evolved into Quilava, making the first big step in our progress. And with us being outside of Union Cave, it is time to proceed ahead, and why I wanted to stop in the last episode should now be made apparent. Welcome to Azalea Town. Who are you? You don't know us. We are Team Rocket. What? We broke up a while ago. Give me a break. We have not broken up. Actually, we did once, but we have come back to pursue Giovanni's ambition. Enough talking. Shut up and just beat it. Oh my god. Shoved an old man. Not very nice of them. What's your deal, guy? Nothing is going on. It is unsafe to go in there, so I'm standing guard to make sure people don't wander in. Am I not a good Samaritan? I love the fact that they actually capitalize the word Samaritan. Slowpoke Well, also known as the Rainmaker Well. Locals believe that a Slowpoke's yawn summons the rain. Records show that a Slowpoke's yawn ended a drought 400 years ago. Wow, they seem to value a Slowpoke a lot here. Well, anyway, welcome to Azalea Town. This is our second major town. There's a lot going on here, including a gym, which is being blocked off. Do you know about Slowpoke Tail? I heard it's tasty. Aren't you glad I told you that? No. Are you glad that you told me that, Saris? Saris gave you a sunny look. Okay, well, that's not helping, Saris. Did you come to get Kurt to make some Pokeballs? A lot of people do just that. I'm not here specifically for that, but, you know, we might discover the man later on. Oh my god, I almost forgot. Hold up. This is one thing I really appreciate about some of the doors in this game. So depending on what town you're in, sometimes the doors don't open the traditional sense. These are wooden doors, so they have a little wooden sound to them. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. This game is so great. Where have all the Slowpoke gone? Are they out playing somewhere? Okay, so Slowpoke appear to be gone. All Slowpoke have disappeared from the town. The forest protector may be angry with us. It may be a bad omen. We should stay in. Were you ready to say far-fetched? Qua! Qua! Alright, well. So it seems to be an incident of the Slowpoke disappearing from the town. What do you have to say, inconspicuous old man? Slowpoke have disappeared from town. Heard their tails are being sold somewhere. Well, they are pretty expensive. Azalea Town, living happily with Pokemon. Well, doesn't seem to be entirely the case, because y'all seem to be devoid of Slowpoke for some reason. We have this tough guy named Kurt in this town. He should be able to take care of it. Take care of what? Alright, well anyway, before we press on, I do want to go to the Pokemon Center, because I gotta heal, and also have people to talk to. What do you have to say, lady? Lady, do you know what an apricorn is? You crack it open to discard the core and put it in this special machine. And then you catch Pokemon. Before Pokeballs became available, everybody used apricorns to catch Pokemon. Well, that has since been debunked, but we're going to ignore that for now. Do any of your Pokemon know what they call the hidden moves? When a Pokemon faints, it just means it doesn't have the power to battle. But it can still use hidden moves outside of battle. Yes, that is the term for HM, and he is correct. Even if your Pokemon is fainted, it is still capable of using HMs outside of battle. Why that is, I'm not sure, and I don't like to think about the implications of that. What do you have to say, fisherman? Bill's PC can store up to 30 Pokemon per box. Great bit of information. Still have not met Bill yet, but hopefully we will in the future. Kurt's house. Apricorn and nothing else, the stubborn Pokeball creator. Okay. Cut through Azalea Town, you'll be in Ilex Forest, where these skinny trees make it impossible to get through. Charcoal's man Pokemon can cut down trees. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do much for now. I don't want to leave Azalea Town just yet, because there's still so much that we need to do. So I want to go over here, interact with this apricorn tree. It's a white apricorn, or apricorn. Seriously, I don't understand why they don't use, like, the full color name. It's like, it would be two extra letters. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. Anyway, let's go inside Kurt's house and see what he has to say about all this. Ooh, yeah. Kurt actually has his own unique sprite. Oh. Hold up. Are we seriously doing this right now? Okay. Togepi, hatched from the egg. Togepi, this is the Pokemon that we got from the kimono lady. Do I want to give a nickname to the newly hatched Togepi? No. But if you want to give a nickname to Togepi, feel free to do so in the comments. Okay, Professor Elm's calling me. Hold up. Hey, Griffin, this is great news. Pokemon hatched from that egg. I knew that giving that egg to you, Griffin, was the right thing to do. I just knew it. You should come here and show me what kind of Pokemon it is. Okay, we definitely will do that, but let's go ahead and take a look at what we're working with here. Okay, well, here it is. The mysterious Pokemon that was found in the mystery egg, Togepi. So let's talk about Togepi. Togepi is technically our first instance of a baby Pokemon, and there is a lot to unpack with this one. First, it's worth pointing out one key change that was made between Gens 3 and 4. Whenever you hatch an egg in either Gen 2 or Gen 3, the Pokemon came out started at level 5. However, in this generation onwards, they made it so that Pokemon who hatch from eggs come out at level 1, making this the first way you can obtain a Pokemon at level 1. Technically, there is one outlier to this rule that actually was introduced in this generation, but that's a whole other game, and we're here to talk about Togepi. Togepi as a Pokemon was not originally that great. It learned a lot of adorable support moves such as Follow Me and Helping Hand for double battles, but between its mostly lackluster stats and the fact that up through Gen 3 all normal and flying type moves were physical, Togepi and its evolved form Togetic were adorable, but not all that useful. That, however, all changed in Gen 4. The physical special split removed the shackles that held Togetic back, allowing it to use its decent special attack along with relatively impressive defenses. On top of that, Togetic can have the Serene Grace ability, which, as we discussed, doubles the odds of secondary effects happening in battle. And that pairs extra nicely with the much-needed evolution it received in the form of Togekiss, which sports even better defenses and an impressive 120 base special attack. Togekiss works well with the Serene Grace ability because of one certain move it gets, Air Slash. Air Slash normally comes with a 30% chance of causing the opponent to flinch, but with Serene Grace, those odds double to 60% of the time. Because of this, it's totally possible for you to just spam Air Slash and not allow your opponent to do anything. And that's completely ignoring all the other amazing moves Togekiss can learn and pair with Serene Grace. Now with all that said, what's the catch? Well, two things. One, Togepi may not end up hatching with the Serene Grace ability. It could instead end up with Hustle, which increases attack but decreases accuracy. It's obviously not preferred, and if you can help it, I would reset until you hatch a Togepi with Serene Grace. And two, while Togekiss is an excellent Pokemon, no question, you're not going to be able to evolve Togetic into Togekiss until the post-game. That's because there is no avenue to obtain the Shiny Stone you need until that time. But once you do get there, there are multiple ways you can go about obtaining it. Regardless, Togekiss is just so darn good that it's absolutely worth the wait if you're willing to work for it. And trust me when I tell you, just because something is not available until the post-game doesn't mean you can't/won't get to use it a lot. Now, fortunately for me, as far as my particular Togepi here, and I'm very happy to report, my Togepi actually does have a Serene Grace. And it actually has a pretty decent nature, too. It gets less attack in exchange for more special defense, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm happy with this. And the nice thing is, Togepi can actually potentially be helpful right from the start because it comes with extra sensory, which is actually a pretty decent move. Now, am I going to use this for the team? No. I am going to be using Ceres for the team, mainly because Togepi will end up being a part flying type. But yeah, Togepi is a great Pokemon, and we will be using Togepi in some specific capacities later on, but just not for battling purposes. Anyway, back to what I was actually supposed to be doing here. Kurt, my man, my dude, my bro, my unique sprite brother Hecker with a tiny hammer on the table over there. What do you have to say? Huh? Who are you? Griffin, eh? You want me to make some balls? Sorry, but I'll have to wait. Do you know Team Rocket? Ah, don't worry, I'll tell you anyhow. Team Rocket's an evil game that uses Pokemon for their dirty work. They're supposed to have disbanded 3 years ago. Anyway, they're at the well cutting off Slowpoke tails for sale. So I'm gonna give him a lesson in pain. Hang on, Slowpoke! Old Kurt's on his way! My voice is cracking like no one's business right now. Anyway, I guess as Kurt's gonna be heading off to Slowpoke Well, so what do you have to say, tiny child? Grandpa's gone, I'm so lonely. Oh. Well, we definitely need to get Kurt back here so she's not feeling lonely. I can't have that, and oh my god, those doors. I love the doors of this town. I love the fact that they do that every time. Well, whatever Kurt did seemed to have gotten rid of the Team Rocket grunt that was guarding the well here, so let's head inside. Welcome to Slowpoke Well, and Kurt appears to be down here. Hey there, Griffin. The guard up atop took off when I shot at him, but then I took a tumble down the well. I slammed down hard on my back so I can't move. Rats! If I were fit, my Pokemon would have punished them. Ah, can't be helped. Griffin, show them how gutsy you are in my place. Alright, Kurt, I will do exactly that. We can handle this. So welcome to the main area of Slowpoke Well. And, immediately we're running into a wild Pokemon. Not the wild Pokemon I was hoping to find. So now that we are in the main area of Slowpoke Well, there actually is one new Pokemon that we can find here. And that, of course, is Slowpoke. Now, you might look at this thing and think that something so derpy looking couldn't possibly be good, right? Wrong. Slowpoke is a water psychic type. Psychic types tend to be relatively tricky to deal with, as their weaknesses are relatively uncommon and difficult to exploit. This is especially true with Slowpoke, as it has decent offensive power while also sporting good defenses. As the name implies, Slowpoke is a little on the slow side, but it can take hits well and dish them out too, especially with the wide variety of water and psychic type moves, both physical and special, that they can learn. Now, Slowpoke can actually evolve into one of 2 different Pokemon depending on how you raise it. You can either level up Slowpoke to level 37 to evolve it into Slowbro, who gets a considerable boost to its physical defense as well as its special attack, or you can trade Slowpoke away while it's holding the King's Rock item to evolve it into Slowking, who gets a considerable boost to its special defense and special attack. Neither option is necessarily bad, and it mostly comes down to what kind of role you want Slowpoke to play for your team. If you want more of a tanky Pokemon, I would recommend Slowbro, who gets moves like Slack Off and Amnesia through level up. If you want more of an all-out attacker, however, I would recommend Slowking, as it gets the move Nasty Plot through level up, which boosts its special attack by 2 stages. Either way, you shouldn't underestimate this Pokemon, and it definitely does not deserve the harsh treatment it is getting from Team Rocket today. Speaking of which, let's head on through and... I guess we're getting stopped by Team Rocket. Huh. I was standing guard up top when some old coot yelled at me. He startled me so much that I fell down here. How about I vent my anger and take it out on you? Oh my god, this music! We are challenged by Team Rocket Grunt, sending out a Rattata. Now, the neat thing about Team Rocket Grunts that actually changed majorly between, well, I guess technically between Gen 1 and Gen 2, and subsequently between Gen 3 and Gen 4, is that in the Johto games, Team Rocket actually has their own battle theme. In the Gen 1 games, they just had the generic trainer battle theme, but here, nah. They get proper treatment, and they actually have their own proper trainer battle music, which is really nice. And of course, on the first attempt, we get burned straight away. That's how Blazer do. Alright, we're going to continue the switch training method, because even though it is an enemy combatant, we still need to prioritize switch training Saris until she gets level 17. Ooh, man. That was a critical hit, but at least stack paralyzed Rattata. This is not my day. All right. Fantastic. And even the money we took from criminals is given to Mom. We just kind of give it to her, and she just chooses not to question anything. I'm just imagining her, like, calling us up later. It's like, So who did you get this from? You got it from who? Is that a criminal organization? Why are you stealing money from criminals, son? Sure, we've been hacking tails off Slowpoke and selling them. Team Rocket will do anything for money. Well, that is very much true. All right, we're gonna get this, a super potion. And it looks like we have a couple more Team Rocket grunts to fight here. Stop taking Slowpoke tails. What? You want to disobey a direct order from Executive Proton? If you want to stop us, you'll have to defeat us all. Go ahead and try. Now, another interesting thing to note about this particular, instance of Team Rocket Grunts is that in this game, unlike the Gen 1 games, and mostly the case for Gen 3's Fire Red and Leaf Green remake, is that there are actual proper female grunts. There weren't really any female grunts in the original Gen 1, and yeah, they properly have introduced female characters in Team Rocket. It wasn't really implied that they were all male, but there was nothing to imply that any of them were female. Again, with one major exception in Fire Red and Leaf Green, but that really was a singular time. And Rido, of course, is just tearing through my enemies here. We're getting so close. You guys want it. You guys know what's coming. Wow, if Togepi were competently leveled, this actually would be a good time for Togepi to strut stuff, because Ekans actually is weak to Psychic type attacks. There's that Intimidate that I talked about with Ekans. Critical hit again. What is with these critical hits? Oh, please don't poison. Please don't poison. Please don't poison. Please don't poison. Please don't. Dang it. Every time with the poison and the wrap. The damage is adding up, folks. All right. There we go. That was rough going for Ekans. Well, and for Rido. Okay, but more importantly, Rido leveled up to level 15. It's very important that we keep Rido alive. You rotten brat. And why exactly do I say that? What? Rido's evolving. Yup, it's time, boys. Congratulations, Rido is evolved into Fluffy. Our second evolution in the party. Let's go. Now, before I press on, okay, I do have the means of restoring my Pokemon, so I'm going to try to last it out. We only have a couple more trainers that we need to fight, so let's press on. Quit taking Slowpoke tails. If we listen to you, Team Rocket's rep would be ruined. Well, that's true, but I'm pretty sure someone else already trashed your reputation a few years back, but who am I to judge you? Anyway, it's time to just plow through this guy. There we go. One shot with Embers, Blazer. That's what we like to see. Oh, of course. I should have figured. All right, Rido. With your new body and your confused status, please do not fail us. Dang it! RNG is not fair to me, but at least static went off. Come on, Rido. There we go. God bless you, Rido. Wow, was it really worth it? Was it really worth using the leash life on me? You just had to get that 2 HP off of me, just restored the nothing. Hope it was worth paralyzing your whole body. Man, that Shell Bell really does help deal with the little chip damage. All right, Saris grew level 13. 4 more levels. Okay, you know what? Saris did get Bite, so it's not as good as Wing Attack, but at least we have a decently powerful move on Saris now. Just too strong. Okay, I actually didn't talk to either of these guys afterwards. Let me just cover these guys. We need the money, but selling Slowpoke tails? It's tough being a Team Rocket grunt. What do you have to say? Slowpoke tails grow back fast. Besides, it was an order from Proton, so I'm more concerned about that. All right, you dingus. Oh, right here, if you click on this specific rock, you can get a super potion. There are hidden items in the world, and certain rocks that you interact with will just try to give you hidden items. So you want to be mindful of that one. So let's see here. What do you have to say, Slowpoke? Slowpoke with its tail cut off. Huh? It is mail. Read it? Yes, I do want to read this. Griffin read the mail. Be good and look after the house with Grandpa and Slowpoke. Love, Dad. Aww. You have something? Slowpoke with tail cut off. Aww. It's very cute, but also very sad. So what's your deal? What do we have here? I am often labeled as the scariest and cruelest guy in Team Rocket. I strongly urge you not to interfere with our business. Yeah, not gonna happen, Proton. So this is Team Rocket Executive Proton. So he's gonna be starting out with Zubat, level 8 inner focus for the ability, with the moves Leech Life and Supersonic. Not really all that much to his team, but we still want to be a little careful. Gonna do my usual switch training maneuver and bring out Rhydon. Haha! For once, RG actually has my back here and let Supersonic miss. Thank God. Alright, so that was the easy one. Now we have to deal with the annoying one. It's going to be sending in Coughing next. I am going to switch out Saris one more time. So he is sending out Coughing, level 12. Doesn't matter where we go, there's always someone who doesn't agree with us. God bless with the incomplete text. Anyway, Coughing, level 12, Levitate for the ability, with the moves Poison Gas, Tackle, Smog, and Smokescreen. Main strategy is going to be trying to poison you while also making it harder for you to land hits on him. I think... Yeah, I'm going to Blazer run this show here. Rhydon got his turn, so now Blazer needs to catch up. Alright, already setting up the smoke screen, so now Blazer will not be as accurate, but hopefully I can still get off my embers. Of course. Poison gas isn't even all that particularly accurate, but, you know, whenever the enemy uses it, it always lands, 100%. Ah, there we go. A trade of stats conditions. I don't even care now. This battle's over, my friend. Sure, I'm hurt by the poison, but you're hurt by the burn. Saris gains some XP, Blazer gets some XP, and Blazer is now level 15 as well. Catching right up to Rhydon. For a kid to be this good, I didn't see it coming. Guess you never saw it coming. Huh. Team Rocket was indeed broken up. 3 years ago, God bless with these incomplete sentences, we continued our activities underground. A small obstacle like you won't be much of a problem for our mission. I advise you to be very afraid of what is to come. Like that, Team Rocket is gone. Way to go, Griffin. Team Rocket has taken off. My back's better too. Let's get out of here. Unfortunately for our relative convenience, Kurt is no longer disabled and brings us straight back without having us manually go back. Hi, Griffin. You handle yourself like a real hero. As I mentioned before, Team Rocket was disbanded by a boy called Red 3 years ago. Now that they have come back, I have a bad feeling about it. In any case, it would please me greatly to make Pokeballs for a trainer like you, Griffin. This is all I have but take it. You obtained a fastball. You have apricorns for me. I'll turn them into Pokeballs. We're not going to cover this right this second. We're going to talk about this at a later point. That's right, I'll give you my grandpa's number. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. My grandpa can tell you more about apricorns. Okay, Anthony, what's your deal? Sup? This is Anthony, how are you? Lately, I've been running across the wall of Rattata quite often. They're easily taken care of. Alright then, Be good. Thanks, Anthony. Always having my back. Always keep me well informed about the Rattata. Now, before we end things off, I do want to try to get myself a Slowpoke from the Slowpoke well. But first, I need a heal because I'm still badly poisoned. Okay, as you can see, now that we have freed the Slowpoke from the Slowpoke well, their sprites have actually been properly restored, so now their tails are growing back. And they're properly in the town once more. I do really appreciate the detail of the fact that they actually had alternate field Slowpoke sprites with their tails cut off, because they did not need to do that, but they absolutely went the full 9 yards with cutting off Slowpoke's tail, which is messed up, but respectable nonetheless. Now, before I get too deep into this, I do want to make note of this. This is a big boulder, but a Pokemon may be able to push it aside. There is a limit to how much we can explore the Slowpoke well for the time being, but it is still worth exploring it for now just to catch a Slowpoke, but we are going to want to remember this for later, because we are going to want to come back here later to get ourselves more stuff. Speaking of more stuff, Slowpoke. I think Ceres can actually deal with this. Astonish? All right, and there we go. We caught ourselves a Slowpoke. Slowpoke's hit was added to the Pokédex. Slowpoke, the dopey Pokemon. It lays vacantly near water. If something bites its tail, it won't even notice for a whole day. God bless. If you want to give a nickname to Slowpoke, feel free to leave a suggestion in the comments. Also, if you weren't paying attention in the previous episode, I actually did also catch a Sandshrew while we were in Union Cave. So if you want to give a nickname to that Sandshrew, feel free to suggest that as well. All right, well, I think that's a pretty productive day. What do you think, Ceres? Ceres seems to be feeling great about walking with me. Awesome. Well, on that positive note, I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. We hatched the mystery egg that we received from the Komodo girl. We solved the problem of Azalea Town, saving the Slowpoke from getting their tails cut off. We've encountered Team Ronkin for the first time. And we've made friends with the, quote, ultimate, unquote, Pokeball maker, Kurt himself. So next time on Pokemon HeartGold, we're going to talk about what Kurt can do for us in terms of what he is capable of creating. And then, I think we're going to challenge the Azalea Gym. See you guys then.